What's up, everybody? Strong lead hook and Grizzy here, coming at you again with some PoE 2 Dawn of the Hunt and Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree. What's going on, Grizzy?
I'm just having a good time. Uh, Seeing this for the first time. The DLC content. I'm at the Stone Coffin Fisher. I'm not sure what's down here yet, but yeah, the game's really great overall. So I'm having a good time.
I need to get back in Shadow of the Earth Tree, but with that new game, man, I played the demo, First Berserker Kazan.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. It
that's
feels good.
that's on my list of games that I'm going to play. There's uh there's another one. It's only on the Xbox, but it is not a Souls game. But it's like a old I'm not sure if it's turn-based. I think it is, but it is like old school Final Fantasy, but still 3D, like not the old 2D.
I think
Man,
I've seen that.
it's on the Xbox. It's out as far as I know, and I don't know if they'll have a release for the PlayStation, but I want to play it. It look. It's my kind of game.
I need to get my Xbox fixed.
Which what Xbox you got? The new one, or is this an older one?
No, remember the old one that I had, the digital one? I gotta get it fixed.
Yeah, what's the Xbox? It's like the One S and One X. What's what? I'm not really 100% on that.
I'm not 100% sure either. It's confusing. Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, I think. Then there's Xbox X, I think.
Oh boy, yeah. I would have to. I don't even know. My dad knows. He's got it.
What do you think about that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal?
But, I haven't looked into it much. Here's what I would say. Nintendo, they've been doing it for a long time, and they know what they're doing. I expected to hit big, and Nintendo's not afraid to try new stuff. That's the one thing I absolutely you gotta love it about them. So I feel like it's going to do well. I know they've had Mario Kart 9 since before the Switch released. That's how long they've had Mario Kart 9. But they released Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Switch, and it just sold so well that they put Mario Kart 9 on the back burner until now. So I'm pretty excited for that. I'm going to play it at some point. I'm not in a hurry to get one this time. I got a Switch when it first came out.
From what I understand, people do not like that price tag.
Oh, I haven't looked into the price tag, but I mean, Nintendo doesn't care. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna pay it. If the games are that good, you're gonna buy it.
Yeah, that's what's basically what's gonna happen is people are gonna play it. People are gonna buy it, and yeah, people are gonna buy it, which is why Nintendo will feel more emboldened to keep that price tag on it because people are gonna buy it.
Yep.
Now, if people boycotted it and said no, we are not gonna buy it,
Yeah.
then it'd be a different story. But people are not gonna boycott it.
Nope. They're absolutely not. Um, Nintendo's games have just been too good, and people aren't gonna do that. They're gonna want to play them. And I mean, I want to play them, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, that's not the first thing on my agenda, so it can wait.
Yeah, especially with that very hefty price tag.
Where they got me with the Nintendo Switch before was Zelda Breath of the Wild came out with it, and I had been waiting on that. So when it came out, I wasn't waiting. I got it. There ain't no Breath of the Wild coming out on this one.
Yeah, because it's already on the Switch, right?
Yeah, it just came out, the most recent one. It was Nintendo Switch. Tears of the Kingdom was the most recent one, and it was really good. But if I had a complaint about that game, after it was really great, it was. There's a lot of things going on there. There was so much to do, but it was redundant. It was like a lot of the same things to do over and over and over. But it was fun. It's fun. And, you know, I'm always a fan of more. But I guess that's there. I guess there is a line to that. You're like, there can't be too much of more. But when it's the same thing, and you're putting like 200 or 300 hours into a game, and it's 200 or 300 hours of the same repetitive stuff, yeah, it can actually be too much.
You talking about Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild?
Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, Breath of the Wild for a Zelda game was about as perfect as it could get. There was not too much. It was pretty great. There was some things I didn't like about it, but I understood why it was that way. For instance, right? There's all these weapons, and there's all these weapons here in Elden Ring, and you might go the whole game using the same weapon, right? But
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild said, no, you're not going to do that. They said, you're going to use all these weapons, and you're going to learn how to use them, and you're going to like it. And they had to do that in a manner which was fun. But people would not have done that if they didn't have to do that, because people don't do that. People tend to stick to one or two weapons for most games, and that's the route they go for the entire game. And what Breath of the Wild did was they made the weapons break after you used them so much. They would break, so you would have to get a new weapon. Even the Master Sword would break, so you would have to start using a different weapon, and that forced you to play a different style of game. And it was fun. It was fun. They did a great job with that.
PoE 2 is kind of like that. They build everything around the, not everything, but they built a lot of things and based it off the dodge roll mechanic. No other ARPG had done that before.
Yeah.
So they wanted to be kind of Souls, where there's a dodge roll mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if you're gonna force people to engage in this mechanic, just like you said, you know, make it fun.
Yeah.
Make it feel good.
Yeah, it's got to be enjoyable. It's got to right. We play games to release serotonin, which
Yeah.
it's a feel good pleasure, basically a pleasure drug. And if that's not happening immediately when you play a game, if that's not happening, your game sucks. That's you come home from work, whatever you're doing for the day, and you put on a game. You want to let loose. You want to wind down. You don't want to sit here and wait for a dopamine to hit. You want it to hit before you even start playing.
Right.
Man, I need to play this. Like, for instance, today, hang on, I want to read this. Uh, Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Today I should have went and done Uber because that's the side job I do right now, and I wanted to play the game. I haven't played the DLC. I'm pretty far into the DLC. I wanted to play the game, so I just didn't go. That's how good the game is. That's what you want a game to do to you. Obviously, you don't want to not be paying your bills over a game, and I still am able to pay my bills, but I didn't go out to work because I wanted to play the game. That's a good game.
Yeah, because you don't you want it to be exciting, you
Yeah.
know, like you want it to be exciting, get you excited, get you quote unquote turned on, you know, something like that.
Get you high, something. But you got the right idea. Oh, but don't die. There we go. Oh, I thought for sure there'd be something in there. Oh wow. Okay, okay, okay. You know, I've lost 3 levels today, and I'm close to having another level, and I feel it coming. I'm going to lose this level too.
Why don't you get rid of your souls?
I'm just not quite there yet. I need a few more. And then I was just being stupid the other 2 times it happened today. Isn't that how it normally happens? Oh, dang it. Velvet Sword of Trina. Let's build up. Another weapon I'm going to use in this game at some point is the sleep weapons, because they're supposed to be pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well when I was playing the DLC. Although I can't remember which bosses are weak to it.
I know for a fact the Godskin Nobles are, but I don't know in the DLC. But I also know, like, if you're just going out through the regular areas in the game and you're putting enemies asleep left and right, I mean, that's pretty overpowered in itself.
Guys, you see how that boss fight went? You know, a lot of content creators would be complaining at how long that took. They'd be complaining that they can't 3-shot or even 1-shot that kind of boss, and they judge their build off of that. You know, for me, a big fanboy of Souls games, that I like fights like that. I don't need them to be dragging out super long to where it's a slog. But for me, I felt like that fight was engaging. You all see how he almost killed me a couple times. There is a time and place for me to be one-shotting a boss, and there's a time and place for me to, you know, have a real fight, have a real boss fight. That is a hot, unpopular take, but you know, that's my opinion on that.
Shit. Alright, I ain't got a choice, I just gotta run for it. Fuck, dude. Alright. I don't know what happened for me to get all you guys all riled up. Stop. Huh? And as I said, I am now in danger of losing my souls. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. Really?
Now with that being said, longer, harder boss fights. A lot of people, they play ARPG games quick. They want a faster gameplay because you have to farm. In these types of games, you have to farm. Your success is dependent on your speed. The success of your build is a combination of the power and how fast it can kill a boss. Speed is important in ARPGs because you have to farm for the materials and you have to be efficient. If you take too long to kill something, you're not getting as much farming done. You know, you're not getting the materials, currency, or whatever. So the devs are gonna have to compensate somehow. They cannot make the drop rates worse and make gameplay slower. That is not a good combination. That is absolutely not a good combo. Because then no one's gonna play the game. They're gonna give up and be like, no, I'm not gonna play this game because it takes too long to get stronger. It costs too much to get even a smidge of power. Not only that, but it takes too much time. ARPG games are just meant to be played faster, and the power fantasy intact. There's supposed to be drastic changes in your character's power, noticeable, drastic changes in how powerful your character gets. Whereas in a traditional Souls games, it's meant to be played slower. The fights are a lot more meticulous where you pay attention to detail. That's another thing too, with these ARPG games, your attention to detail goes towards the min-maxing your build. But with a Souls game, the attention to detail goes towards skill.
Right now, my skill ain't shit, because I'm getting fucked up. Alright.
Is it those purple balls?
Yep.
They got you?
Where you at? Yep, they've been getting me, so...
Just run, you just run past them. I remember that part.
Oh, I tried that. It was not happening. Where you at? And as I said, I'm at risk of losing a level. Take a fuck. Man, I'm about to sit here.
This is what I'm talking about right here. You're gonna make the game harder, boss fights take longer, and at the end of it, there's no reward. This is why people are complaining about the game. This is why. And why wouldn't they complain? Triple G, if you're listening to this, look at what you've done. I mean, come on. Because you know how that comes across. You're just fighting bosses just to fight them. There's no goal. It's not, the combat is no longer meaningful because there's no reward at the end. At the end of the fight, I'm not gonna put in the time and the effort if I'm not getting something out of it anyways. Now, Triple G, tell me why someone should spend ridiculous amounts of effort and time fighting all these hard-ass bosses for nothing. How you gonna motivate someone to keep playing the game? What's your plan?
Who's this guy? the rest of y'all at? Where's fucking... I still have a chance.
That is pretty good.
What's that?
My armor that I got, that I just rolled. That's another thing too, is like, you want the game to be skill based, but there's too many random mechanics in the game. If you're gonna make the game hard, you gotta improve the reward. If you're gonna improve the risk, you gotta improve the reward. And think about it, Triple G, you have to play this every season. You have to do this every season for however long this game survives. Right, the long, tedious boss fights that you get nothing out of. And you're worried about players running past monsters because they're too slow and the player's too fast. Well, Triple G, of course, people are gonna run past the monsters if it's not efficient. You know, it's a waste of time in your attempt to make the combat meaningful. The combat became meaningless because there's no reward. You get nothing out of it. Think about it. And your diminishing returns for your experience, the gained experience to level up has diminishing returns. And as the monsters get harder, the longer and longer they take to kill. But if you spend too much time killing down monsters, you know, you're getting less materials, you're getting less gear, you're getting less currency. So why fight the monster? Why fight the enemies, right? Why fight the bosses? There's no point. Not because the fight isn't fun, but because my character is not gonna improve. My build is not gonna improve. If I sat here and banged my head against the wall. That's what these boss fights are gonna turn into, Triple G, if you don't watch out. If you don't temper your expectations on your vision, it's gonna turn into work. It's gonna become a burdensome toil. It'll turn into something tedious. There's no amount of dodge rolling that you can do to make that combat meaningful if it's nothing but tedious work with no reward at the end.
Fuck that guy. Got you too. I got you. Oh. Must be the way I gotta go. Which means I'm going over here first. Oh.
Now, in contrast, let's take that fight with that rare. That was tedious. That was not fun. That is annoying. That is annoying.
Alright, moving on. Oh boy. I knew there had to be one soon. Oh. Now you're playing the game right now, right? Strongly hooked.
Yeah, yeah.
Because on mine it says, I'm guessing because of what you're playing or maybe where you're at, it's not letting. It says can't display the host screen.
What about now?
Nah, let me see something. At first I just thought, let me see something. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I see it now. I don't know what was going on with that. I just thought it was
It could just be the game itself.
I was just telling myself it was because they didn't want people seeing the content or something, but okay. Okay, let me get my fucking weapon out. Also, I need to go change that back. I do. Let me get my... You kidding me?
What happened?
I just lost that fucking level.
Why don't you get rid of your souls?
I did. I was about 15,000 short, which isn't much. It was like 3 enemies, and that's man, that's the 3rd time today. Alright, I do need to do something though. I need to change my affinity on my weapon.
We are at the 45-minute mark.
Alright. What you got on
I
your
was
mind?
just giving you a heads up.
Are you?
Nothing. It's late. That's what's going on.
It is late. Are you normally up this late these days?
It depends on what time I got home and what I got going on the next day. No, I don't have like a curfew or anything like that. What about you? You got stuff going on tomorrow?
No, I'm playing games tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing games, and then tomorrow, whenever I do wake up, I have to clean the house. I'll go do Uber for a bit. We have church tomorrow. Other than that, I have nothing. The company is actually shut down right now. I'm still going into work Monday through Thursday or Wednesday, whichever I decide.
What they shut down for? Or what reason? What was the reason?
Because they are remodeling the plant, and they're getting ready for what's called ramp up. They're going to be it's so they can put more pressure on us later. They're going to be adding a lot more and building onto the plant over these next few weeks. And they still give you the opportunity to make your hours, but I don't have to go in. I can go in by choice, but I don't have to go in. But that's the only reason they're doing that is because they don't have a choice. Otherwise, they have to pay everybody unemployment. So basically, you just go in there, and I kid you not, you're just standing around for 10 hours. I mean, you're getting paid to stand around, but you're just standing around, hanging out. You talk about a waste of time.
Wouldn't paying people unemployment cost the same though?
No,
As
because
them.
people won't come in. So what they're banking on is like they give you a choice. You can come in, but you don't have to. And when you have tell 14,000 people you can come in, but you don't have to, well, you might get 10% that come in. So they're banking money right now. Otherwise, that they would otherwise have to pay out. Then what they'll try to do, they'll try to give you dumb menial tasks, like just dumb crap that uh just so you'll leave, go home. Like, oh man, you want to be here? Go do this crap so you'll leave and go home. That's just
Goodness.
that's life though. It's all right though, man, because it really could be worse. That's where it came from. Yep. Dun, dun, dun. I think I'm close to the boss. Oh wow, what is this? Dead birds? All these birds are bowing down. Don't you dare. Yeah, I'm at a boss of some sort. It's gotta be. Mm-mm.
That is a long walk. I gotta go all the way back there. I'm gonna go to that checkpoint. My apologies, everybody. I could have planned this a lot better. Could have gone a different route.
Alright, everybody.
Instead, you have to watch this tedious nonsense. Which is what streamer, the content creators have been talking about, right? Tedious, dragging out. The devs gotta pay attention. They gotta pay attention. That's a good fight right there. The boss fight you're about to go on. That's a good fight.
Did. Alright, I know I have a summon, but I'm not using it. Ah.
Waste of time. 5 minutes.
Damn. Got him. Oh, no, I got him. Yeah, give me my shit. I'll be back for it.
Yeah, once you beat him, you beat him.
Sometimes that's not the case. If you don't get the remembrance before a certain action happens, you don't get the count. It doesn't count. So I did beat him though. If I had known.
Have you ever seen that happen before?
Yeah, I've had it happen. If I had known that flame was still going to hit me, it's happened a couple times. But if you hit them at the last second, and it doesn't, if you die pretty much at the same time, there's a certain time frame. If you die before that time frame, it won't count for the boss. You have to get the remembrance. Once you get the remembrance, then you're good. Where are my souls? Oh. And that was pretty fun. Yeah. I expected to die the first time, so I'm glad I was able to give that to you folks. I think it's a thing right at the end of the video. I'm just going to start doing all my fights at the very end of the video, then I'll never die.
Now that you said it out loud, it's jinxed now.
I don't care. I got that one, so... All right. Yeah. we haven't been doing a whole lot of talking about the Lord, but everybody just make sure you give the Lord His praise. He deserves it. You know, it's
Amen.
I know He's been good to me.
Amen.
I don't know what else is down here. Ah, there's the tunnel. Alright. Alright, folks, we'll try to hit up this tunnel. I'm not sure if you're going to get to see anything else before the end of this video, but we'll see what happens.
But if not, we appreciate y'all tuning in. I know that the quality of our content isn't as top-notch as other content creators, but we're here because we enjoy it. We like recording and talking and hanging out with you guys because we enjoy it. Nothing we do is fancy. We don't have scripts or nothing like that. We think before we speak, but we don't need to have a script. Everything is off the cuff, and we appreciate your guys' patience for the kind of content that we do. Really. I don't care if it's one more viewer. I don't care if it's 100 or 1,000,000. If there's just one of you watching this and putting up with it, that's much appreciated.
It must be me, and only me. I am gone, adrift in
Now with that being said,
so that I may hear
Grizz, you got anything?
No, just take care of yourself, folks. You know, just take care of yourself. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. I just want to have fun and make some videos, and wherever it goes from here is where it goes. I haven't really got no plans. Or
go to Grizz's channel. I'm gonna link it down in the description. Go to his channel, subscribe, hit the like button. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe. What is this? It's like a twin husk or something. It's a flower. It must be St. Trina, maybe. Probably in a second.
I am gone, so that let me be.